My name is Dan Steele. I am a graduate of Mathematical Grade School in Sherrard High School. I went to high school with your teacher, Mrs. Kelly. And I was in the 2002 Olympics and I won a bronze medal in the bobsled. I was class of 1987, Sherrard Junior Senior High School. I went to Eastern Illinois University and graduated in 1992. After that, I moved to Oregon to train for the Olympics, and eventually got into college coaching. And I moved back to Iowa in 2009, and that's where I've been ever since. I'm in Cedar Falls, Iowa at the moment. I was finished with I had a track and field career in college and after college, and I got recruited out of the Olympic trials for the sport of bobsledding. And so I didn't get into bobsledding until I was 28 years old. And so at first, it was just track and field for me, and I came close to making the track and field Olympic team, but it didn't happen. And so I had the bug, and when I had this opportunity, it looked like I had a good shot at making the team as a rookie, and I pursued it, and that's exactly what happened.
What type of sports did you do in college and high school?
Okay, so in high school, I did baseball, track and field, and football. And in college, I just did track and field.
What is your favorite part about bobsledding?
That's a great question. It's very exciting. I love that. I love the camaraderie with the guys because you live and train with these guys for months at a time, so you get very close. And the sport itself, you're going so fast in the sled, and it is dangerous. So it's an exciting thing. So I would probably have to say just the thrill of going down the track so fast.
Did you win, and what was Mrs. Kelly like in high school?
Mrs. Kelly was one of the coolest, funniest people in the whole school. Definitely one of the prettiest girls in the school.
Bro, what
Did you ever crash?
Oliver, I crashed twice. And the first time it happened was the scariest moment of my life. You have no idea. So we were already going over 80 miles an hour when we crashed. We were in Austria at the time. And it's very dangerous once you go over because the sled, you've got a 500-pound sled plus the weight of the athletes all pressing you into the ice at those speeds. And so it's easy to get injured. You have to take your helmet and press it into the ice to lift your whole body and sled up off the ice so that your shoulders don't melt off. It was not fun, and then I crashed again at a different time, but it wasn't as scary.
All right.
That is so cool!
It is heavy. It's
I'm gonna hold it.
It's in the tradition of the ancient Athens medals where they had to pound them out of metal, and so I can't replace it. If I ever lose it, all of them are one of a kinds from the 2002 Olympics, so if I lose it, I'm dead. If I was there in your classroom, I'd let you all hold it and take pictures with it, because I think it's meant to be shared. I probably could take a little bit better care of it, but I don't know, my feeling is something like that. I didn't do it alone, and the medal, if anyone wants to see it, should be able to see it.
Awesome.
Did you make any close friends during the Olympics?
Yes.
I made so many close friends. I'm still close with many of them today. And with social media, it's easy to stay in touch, even though it's not quite the same as being around each other because we're all spread out throughout different parts of the world, really. But yes, I made some great friends that I'm very grateful for. One piece of advice. Well, it would be, if you're gonna do it, you gotta commit fully to it, because the people you're competing against to try to make the Olympic team are so good and so dedicated that don't ever think you're outworking your competitors, because maybe you are, maybe you're not. But if you think you are, you're probably not. If you're paranoid that you're not working hard enough, now you're on the right track.
What is your top speed? Top 10.
In St. Moritz, Switzerland, we went over 93 miles an hour.
Did you like graduating from high school in Sherrard?
I was happy to graduate from Sherrard. I didn't like school very much. I like sports, but I see myself and my kids in that. I think I was probably I had such a hard time being focused, and I was pretty lazy when it came to the work. I wish I had been a better student. I was a pretty good student in college, so somehow I figured it out, but because I didn't enjoy high school that much, graduating for me was happy to get out.
Do you miss bobsledding, Steele?
I do. I miss bobsledding. I'm sure I'll never go down again. The last trip I took was when we won the medal. And I'm fine with that, but I do miss it. I would love to take one more trip. I doubt if it will ever happen though.
One question I have for you, since you are Sherrardian and I'm a Sherrardian through and through, your parents, your dad still
Yeah.
lives here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so what's the proudest, have a seat please. What is the proudest moment you have being a Sherrardian? The proudest thing that makes you say you graduated from Sherrard?
That's a great question, and
Making you think.
yeah, and most of my favorite memories all have to do with sports, but that's not going to be a very inspired answer. The people in the Sherrard community are not like the rest of the people in this country. I've lived all over the country and all over the world pretty much, and there is nothing like the people. And yeah, they're not perfect for sure, but if you got a problem, somebody's going to help you. If you got a flat tire, somebody's going to stop. Just good folks. And I'm really proud of coming from that type of a community. That's one of the reasons we moved back to Iowa from Oregon. And that was, things were going great in Oregon, but I had started a family. I had 2 kids at the time, and I wanted them to grow up in the kind of childhood that I had, because it was wonderful.
Awesome. That was a great answer. Good job, Dan. That was great. That would be my reasons too. I'm totally proud. So what do we tell? Do I call you Mr. Steele or do I call you Dan?
No, Mr. Steele.
Mr. Steele. What do we tell him?
Hey!